fragrance friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you're joining me. My name is Hayley and I review fragrances. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about the newest fragrances in my collection. A lot of these are new releases, not all of them though, but the majority of them are. So I will be giving you my first impressions. I've worn a couple of these a few times on my skin, but some of them I have only tried once. Just bear that in mind. These are more first impressions. But if you want to see the newest fragrances in my collection and what I feel about them, first up is Queen's Caramel by Ellis Brooklyn. I was really looking forward to this fragrance because I had seen a few people review it and it's been getting some love. It's definitely been getting some hype. And when I tried it, I was a little bit underwhelmed, and I will explain why. Now, this to me is incredibly sweet, very, very sweet. And it doesn't really smell unique, at least to me anyway. It almost reminds me of a sweeter Bianco latte. So imagine the caramel was dosed even higher in Bianco latte. That is the kind of vibe I get from this. It does also give a kind of candied apple style feel. But to me, this is just a very sweet vanilla-y caramel fragrance. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed by this. It's not a bad fragrance at all. It really isn't. But it's just nothing new. And for that reason, it did disappoint me a little bit. But it is nice, as I mentioned. I will try it a few more times. And if you like this, great. Enjoy it, wear it. Like I said, I think it's nice. It was just a little bit overwhelming because it smells similar to so many fragrances that are releasing at the moment, in my opinion, at the very least. Next up is Mascaria, that sounded like mascara, Mascaria by Gritty. Now, I first tried this in March, I think it was March, in Milan when I was at Essence, the exhibition, and I fell in love with Mascaria by Gritty. I'm a big fan of, so good. I'm a big fan of gritty fragrances in general, and the two newest releases, which are Vanilla Tana, I think that is what it's called, and Mascaria, are both brilliant. I will pick up Vanilla Tana eventually, but if you watch my channel, you will know I am a musk fan through and through, and this is just my kind of fragrance. It is a fluffy, slightly spiced musk fragrance. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Musk Ravageur by Frederic Malle, but a little bit softer, a little bit more wearable. That's the kind of vibe that I get. I have never looked at the notes of this one, so I actually don't know what the note breakdown is, but it kind of has this spicy licorice feel in the base. Yeah, that's just the vibe I get, and I do love it. I've worn it a few times. I would highly recommend it. You will see it in future videos to come. Next up, Matière Première Vanilla Powder, the Extrait. Now, I am surprised the brand sent this one over to me because honestly, the original vanilla powder I have not been loving recently. It is not a bad fragrance at all, and I know so many people love vanilla powder. So this is just my view. Fragrance is subjective. Enjoy it if you love it, right? But there is something in the background of vanilla powder that I find quite jarring, and I get it in quite a few different fragrances. And I know some people have the same feeling as me, but the majority of people love vanilla powder. So please do take this with a pinch of salt. Anyway, I was sent Vanilla Powder Extrait, which is supposed to be a more softer, almost wearable version of vanilla powder with the vanilla amped up. That is what I think it's supposed to be. And I do actually prefer this to the original. It is softer, but it does still have that thing in the background. I think it might be the amberwoods or some kind of musk or a molecule, but there is something that still I struggle with a little bit, but it is, in my opinion, better than the original. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story time here. I sprayed this on a piece of paper as soon as I got it, right? And it was so strong. I could smell it from the next room, and then I put it in my recycling bin. And I could smell it from the second room where the recycling is threw in my kitchen and I could smell it the next day and then the next day until I got rid of the recycling. So this has some insane longevity. It projects too. I do need to play around with it a little bit more. I don't think I am a full convert to the vanilla powder DNA. Like I said, I can enjoy the scent profile. I just struggle to wear it myself, but I prefer this over the original. So take that as you will. Okay, next up is the newest fragrance from Sorodora, which is a brand I really love. And this is called Lubu. It kind of reminds me of Lubu. Is that what they're called? Those teddy things. So the notes of this are very unique. I'm actually going to get them up on my phone. Okay, are you ready for these notes? Because this is very unlike Sorodora. We have gunpowder and clove in the opening. We have paper and blood in the mid with a little bit of iris. Paper and blood. There is cashmere wood, amyris, tonka bean, vanilla absolute, cedar, and almond in the base. Now, there are a few brands on the market that do these really unique notes, such as like Toscabat. They do blood in their fragrances quite often, or credit cards. So I was very shocked to see blood. Not as shocked about the gunpowder, but definitely shocked about the blood. So I was actually very scared to try this, but I have to say, this is a lot more wearable than you would expect. And I would recommend sampling it because I think this is a beautiful fragrance. Now, woof, this table is wobbling. The blood. Do I get blood? I don't know. It has this kind of metallic feel about it, which could be a mixture of the gunpowder and the blood. And this kind of like earthy, skin-like feel. I don't know how to explain that. But then it's sweet and it's ambery and it's a little bit powdery. So I think if you smelt this fragrance without knowing the notes, which I have done, by the way, I think your mind would feel a little bit differently about it. And I tried this one also back in March, right, at Milan in Essence, the exhibition. And I had no idea about the notes. And I remember really loving it. My friend did too, who was with me. So I think we shouldn't always go by notes, because once we know that there's a blood note in here or a gunpowder note, we're going to start to think a little bit differently about the fragrance and maybe expect it to smell bad. It does not smell bad. It's unique. Don't get me wrong. It is unique, but I think it's wearable. Yeah, I get the woodiness. I get the sweetness. So you've got that vanilla. You've got that tonka bean. I definitely get the iris too. Yeah. I'm going to have to do a full review on this one, I think, because there's a lot going on, but it's not as scary as it looks. Okay, next up is Dirty Milk by Born to Stand Out. And it does actually smell like dirty milk. I don't know how to explain that. It doesn't smell like spoiled milk. It just smells musky, like an almost animalic musk, a skin musk, a sexy skin musk. So let me explain it in these terms. Initio Absolute Aphrodisiac, to me, has a very sensual, almost lived-in dirty musk, and I get that in Dirty Milk. But then you have this kind of creamy, slightly lactonic, vanilla-y softness going on in the background of that musk. This is another one. I have no idea of the notes, so I am going to look it up. I really love Dirty Milk. I think it's beautiful, but I am a musk fragrance lover. Caramel, black pepper, milk, condensed milk, iris, vanilla, musk. Okay, yeah, so I definitely get black pepper as well. It's a little bit spicy. The iris is making it slightly powdery. Yeah, you've got the vanilla and the tonka bean sweetening it in the base, and the milk note, and then definitely the musk. I don't get much caramel, to be honest with you. I think it's beautiful, but you really have to be into your kind of peppery musks with a lactonic creaminess. Another fragrance that I could link the creaminess to is Blanche Bette by Liquids Imaginaire, because it has that kind of milkiness, that creaminess, but it's not thick and dense. And that is the experience I also get with Dirty Milk. It's a great fragrance. I will come back to it. I really like it though. Really, really like it. It's not too sweet for me. And I think that's because of the pepper and the musk. Okay, next up is a fragrance from Imaginary Authors. And this one is called The Abandoned Mansion. I am so here for the aesthetic of this bottle. It's got a raven on the front, or it could be a crow, and I love ravens. And I read a lot of books, fantasy books, so the whole haunted, abandoned mansion is right up my street. This features cedar, quince, petitgrain, pimento, oak moss, amber, and paperbacks, so books. And it does kind of smell like a abandoned library. So not necessarily the abandoned mansion, but I get more of a old library. There's some kind of tart sweetness, which I assume is coming from the quince, and probably a little bit of the pimento as well, which gives it that spiciness. I get a papery quality. I get a worn-in book smell for sure. I don't want to say dusty, but that kind of lived-in smell. It's really addictive. It's probably going to be quite a hard fragrance to wear. This is definitely giving dark academia, that style. I think it's perfect for this season, for the fall season. But in essence, yeah, it's a woody fragrance mostly, with a sweetness in the background. Let me know if you want a full review on this one. It is so my kind of thing. It's almost an immersive fragrance. And yeah, I read every day. So this is going to be one of my new reading scents for sure. Okay, next up I've got a fragrance from Heretic. And this brand has impressed me so much recently. I ordered 2 discovery sets. I have filmed a video. I need to put it out on here. And they do just very unique scent profiles. And this is called Hakan. Ooh, I think it means like Swedish witch, or witch in Swedish, something like that. And this is very much a witchy kind of scent profile. I love it. Super unique though. It's definitely not going to be for everyone. I get like wilted flowers. I get a woodiness. I get a sweetness too. Oh, it's so incredibly beautiful. Is there rose in here? I think there's like a jammy rose. I'm looking up the notes again. I love smelling fragrances without knowing the notes. So Hakan features osmanthus. No wonder I love this. I love osmanthus. Turkish rose, oak absolute, amber, and musk. Yeah, all the kind of things that I like. I love this. Like I said, I am a big kind of fantasy book reader, whether that be like witches, magic, vampires, that kind of vibe. So this is very much my cup of tea. My sister would love this too because she is into witches. Yeah, perfect for this time of year. It's not as witchy as you would maybe expect. It is still very wearable, but slightly unique at the same time. It is really, really beautiful. So I do have a couple more fragrances here, 3 more fragrances, but I think I'll save them for another video because I don't like my videos to be too long. But if you want to see Armani Stronger With You, the new Amber, if you want to see the new Room 1015 Electric Wood Extrait, or Spiky Muse by Ex Nihilo, let me know and I will feature them next time. But thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope to see you in a future video to come. Thank you so much and goodbye.